So if you're thinking, oh, okay, someone hacked some information, and I'll pay them uh, a fine, or I'll have someone come and update my computer systems. I'll be back in line later today. That's not how it works. Most of the time, when you're attacked, or you fall victim to one of these online crimes, you're going to be down out of business for several days, several weeks. It could be months. Um, and it's not just the cost of fixing your computer equipment. It's the downtime. So let's say this happened to someone that sells goods online, and it happened at Christmas, and now you can't fulfill any orders because your systems were hacked. So you're going to lose a lot of revenue from that. Plus, you have to pay for every single one of your customers that you kept their information online, to make sure that their information isn't used. So then you're having to pay for notifications. You have to pay for a press release potentially. All these other factors come into play, and it's not just $10,000 because my systems were hacked and I was down for a day. The $10,000 plus A, B, C, D, E, and F that are added on top of that take a potential $10,000 loss, and now you're looking at $150,000, $200,000, or more. And then the bigger your company is, the more customers you have, those numbers can rise exponentially very quickly. And instead of $10,000, you're looking at $10 million, $100 million, depending on the size of your company.
You, in the op-ed, which is linked in the show notes, so you can go read it if you like, you touched on a few specific examples. The first, if I'm not mistaken, was a payroll diversion. I wonder if you could just run through some as opposed to abstract, this kind of thing happens, but literal ideas to the degree you can with scrubbed personal and sensitive information.
So this is a real claim from one of our customers, and basically what happened is one of their employees got hit with a link that says, hey, you need to update your banking, routing, and account information when moving to a new system. So they click it, do it. Weeks go by, months go by, and they finally realize they have been paying this person's payroll into someone's account that didn't work for the company. They don't know who it was. And I don't know about you, but if it was me, I would have been like, where's my paycheck? The day after I didn't receive it. But I guess this person just did do that. And $53,000 later, we had to reimburse the company and made sure that their employee was able to get their paycheck. And so that's just one example that we see out there. And it's just a different type of loss that you wouldn't really expect to happen, as hey, update your banking information and we're going to steal your paycheck. Usually you think, okay, they're going to hack my bank account, they're going to take money out of my account, or they're going to get my credit card information. But it can happen all sorts of ways. And in this case, they actually found a way to get paid directly from the person's employer.
That's a neat example, right? You've got the payroll, there's no long tail. Are there common hidden costs that might come from a similar breach?
Yeah, so you got $53,000 in payroll, but that's not the only cost that you see with a loss. Now you're gonna have to pay a cybersecurity expert to come and look at your computer systems at your company and go through and find out how the breach occurred, which can take weeks sometimes, or months, depending on how advanced the attack was. And then you're going to have to redo your security systems. You're going to have to put additional firewalls up and block the accesses that it came in. You're going to have to potentially update to do payroll systems. You're going to have to go through and recollect information from your employees. So that costs manpower, that costs hours. And so you might have $53,000 in payroll that was stolen, but then you have thousands and thousands of additional dollars added on top of that are having to be paid out to fix what was messed up in the first place.